After an internal investigation, the county board is looking to remove these red light cameras. But the First Place Bulldogs are sponsoring a charity car wash this Saturday from 10 to 2 from a beloved institution here on Wabash, Miller's Pub. Closing. America's Pastime is back with a list of new rules. No hugs or high fives. Since Friday night at 6 o'clock through midnight, a total of 12 people have been shot and
Witnesses
killed.
say a pedestrian accident in the heart of downtown on Broadway have some concern about foot traffic. Good evening, everyone. I'm Robert McNeily. A woman is dead after a reported shooting on the Interstate 57 southbound ramp to Illinois State Police now say the woman suffered a self-inflicted gunshot wound. ISP responded to the shooting. In other news tonight, former Illinois State lawmaker Annazette Collins has been indicted on federal tax charges. Meanwhile, scams targeting this massive pool of new job seekers also surged. Hundreds, if not thousands.
Churchgoers are celebrating Father Michael Murphy's Golden Jubilee. The Chicago Lakefront officially reopened at 6 this morning. Runners telling me that it's not just for new riders. Existing members who forget their code can access a new one through the app upon request. I'm Bob McNeily.
Being such a safe and friendly neighborhood, residents were shocked by the recent violent crime. Police continue to investigate what happened at Greenwood Drive. Residents are simply shocked, saying they've never seen anything like this in their quiet suburb of 20 years.
Nothing's ever happened like this before. Nothing.
Neighbors aren't aware of the reasons why the couple was targeted, but Poole's soon-to-be daughter-in-law witnessed a woman at their door around 7:30 that evening, but didn't think much of it, assuming she was the neighbor. One of the suspects shot the male homeowner and badly beat his wife. The couple was taken to a nearby hospital. Poole says she learned of their most updated conditions in a text message from the victim's son after hearing the gunshots.
We know our neighbors, yeah. I mean, we watch out for them, but they have company a lot, so, you know, anybody just coming to their door, we just can't go, oh my God, who's there? You know, because we've lived here for 20 years.
Police say the best way to protect your community is to know your neighbors, although Miss Poole had deep regret from the incident.
But we couldn't stop it.
The detective handling the case told me he will interview the couple today to learn more information, as some speculation surrounds the possibilities of what may have happened in its entirety. The suspects are still at large. We are waiting on the suspect's description from police. If you have any information, contact authorities. Back to you. An extremely dangerous fire in one apartment complex has completely destroyed its structure, leaving residents looking for new homes. The fire occurred in the early morning hours around 3 o'clock at the Arbors of Hermitage on Old Hickory Road. Firefighters are still on the scene, now making sure that the remaining hot spots do not reignite. The fire department rushed to the scene to salvage and protect what was left due to the significant damage.
I just heard screaming, people.
It was dark and very quiet when the fire was first reported to authorities. Firemen woke up residents, alerting them to the life-threatening dangers.
You just don't think something like this could happen.
As the fire viciously ripped through the apartment structure, residents sadly looked on in awe, and firemen moved quickly.
We have had several large fires here over the years.
Even though this complex has experienced at least 3 major fires in recent years, Chief Graves was happy to state that all residents had made it out safely of the early morning fire. The significant damage could have possibly been avoided with firewall protections.
This is nothing normal for me to see. I've been involved in a lot of house fires, so I've seen this quite often.
In all, about 10 apartments were destroyed.
If there's no firewalls here in any of these buildings, then everybody here is in jeopardy. What a firewall does, it actually stops a fire from being able to jump from one side of the building to the other. And if these buildings don't have them, then I'm moving my family out of here.
According to resident Mia Carter, the fire started in her neighbor's apartment. She did not know how or where it started as she was sleeping. Miss Carter called 911 once she got outside. Firefighters have not determined a cause of the fire. Back to you.
He joins us here in the studio. Tell us more about this story.
Witnesses say a pedestrian accident in the heart of downtown on Broadway have some concern about foot traffic around bars in this part of the city. Police are stressing the importance of using the crosswalks so pedestrians are visible to motorists and vice versa. The accident occurred just after 3 o'clock this morning. The driver did not flee the scene and voluntarily submitted to field sobriety testing, showing no signs of being under the influence of drugs or alcohol. No charges have been made, but 2 men and 2 women were struck by the vehicle. They were taken to the nearby medical center with non-life-threatening but serious injuries. they are in stable conditions.
The safest thing you can do as a pedestrian is always use the crosswalks and follow the signs at the crosswalk, because motorists, when they're driving down the street, are not going to be looking. They should be looking down here in this area for pedestrians to step out at any time. But they're going to be really paying attention at crosswalks. So anytime you're walking, if you walk down a couple extra steps to a crosswalk and cross there, that's the safest thing you can do.
Again, charges are not expected against the driver, but police stress that bystanders and witnesses should always contact authorities if suspicious or dangerous behavior is taking place. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you for that report. In other news tonight,